Newton Babibor koro ne ochiwo duonde bank containers mage nomuka yanga odiochieng' manyoro e county ma Kisumu. Containers go eko nomuki koda county city manager ma Kisumu Migosi Abalawanga ka achiel koda jodak go eko ma Kisumu America noloso.
And the tender negotiation committee was held here in this hotel. These were the 7 members who represented the county. They negotiated with the company which I'm representing, which Lugano was there, my attorney was there. The meeting was called to order at 10. All the things which we have done are minuted. They agreed the amount of money which was to be charged for rent. All these are in print. All these are in print.
So how much was it?
It was between 10,000 to 8,500. We were very surprised when we started the implementation of the project. We were told that now there is a change of plans, which we agreed because there is a straining economic situation in the country. We agreed and have actually issued a reduction of price from what we agreed per person to almost a half of that. But since this unable acting city manager has political interest and some things he wants to show, he decided that because for sure, for us to even come out and renegotiate out of the contract was out of gentleman's understanding of the economic situation. The problem is not the containers. The problem is not myself, because myself have been asked to deliver the contract. The problem is with the person who has been hired by the board to implement the contract. Because this is one person who, not once, not twice, he has sent members of his family members to ask him to subcontract that, to ask for a subcontract. His mistresses are in the record for that. And I have substantial evidence for that.
So in short, you guys have personal vendetta?
We don't have a personal vendetta. We have, that person has a conflict of interest, that he cannot hold and run an office like his briefcase. There is a conflict of interest. When you are sending for me people to give what and what is when you can do what, it does not happen like that. We should not reach to a point where we are making corruption legal. Huh? We are making corruption legal. If you don't give me this amount of money, I'm doing this. If you don't give me this, I'm doing this. Standard for people who wants an office. Because even this person who is doing this thing, his term ended on 25th. So I don't know whether he's doing this thing as a person, in his personal capacity, as a Balawanga. Even what he has done today, I've communicated with some members of the board. No or none of the members of the board who gave me the work had approved it. What I think is the best mark of what we are discussing here is the ethics of the officer who has done this thing. And most of you know that the ethics of that officer is very much questionable. Very much questionable. Very much. He's a convict. That is why he doesn't find it very nice to respect the law. This is not Chicago being run by Al Capone. This is Kisumu, where we believe there is laws. If someone has been wondering, why is that myself, I'm the one who is suffering this? Why not the person who is putting the cabro there? Many people were affected when the cabro started to be in the city. Why not him? Why me? Why me?
Now, Mr. Babior, in terms of these containers, because I believe these containers were to cushion traders who are affected. In terms of, because I'm made to understand that these containers were supposed to be given to traders, they were supposed to pay affordable
Yes.
Rent for them.
Yes.
So how much are the traders were supposed to pay for them?
Very beautiful question. Huh? On 27th, Abala Wanga invited us for a tender negotiation committee. He feels that he owns everything, and that kind of action, this is very bad, surely. This is very bad. They would, from what has happened there, they were even supposed to give those people notice to vacate that place within that time. I don't know which kind of reasoning is this, but I have never seen this reasoning, and I don't find it useful. And I really regret associating with people of that kind of reason. I've explained that. If there is any question, I can answer.
When you awarded the tender,
a newspaper advertisement which came earlier before this, there was tender negotiation. All the procurement procedures were followed. After that, we went into what we call tender implementation. Basically, what we are discussing here right now are things which are within our confines of law. This thing was not something which was handpicked, but surprisingly, when after signing this agreement, there has been push and pull which has emanated from the office of the city manager. I understand that some of these push and pull were personal vested interests, which culminated to what we have seen today. It is very, very atrocious for someone who is working for a government to go against the code of ethics and the regulations that governs. It is like we are a lawless country. What has happened there is like we are a lawless country. We are chasing the investors from investing in the country. We are showing that we are a very lawless country where we can break the law the way we want and proceed. This one is very shocking. I'm actually shocked. It's the most uncivilized thing I've seen in my at my age right now. But just to add on, what next now that a project which was approved by the same county government, an employee of a board which issued the contract is implying or is cutting the process of that implementation in what we have seen there. What next? We will try and seek the last audience with the board, whereas upon that we'll go to court and seek compensation, because I've spent more than almost close to 100 million there. As you have seen, or if you go to the yard, the Kisumu works yard, I spent close to almost 80-something million over Christmas. There are more than 120 containers. I did not ask for this thing. They ordered it, I brought it, I supplied. He has refused that one cannot happen. The process was very competitive, and I would like to say that the company